Hey folks, today's episode, what is Zoho One? I'll give you a brief introduction to Zoho Corp. That's the technology company behind Zoho One. You'll hear an origin story of Zoho One. Where did it start? What was the vision behind it? And then I'll just touch on just a handful of the features and the benefits of Zoho One that greatly benefit local small business owners. All right, let's go for it. Welcome to the Aegis Martech podcast. I'm your host, Chris Chiatti with Aegis Martech, and the goal of this podcast is to empower and provide resources that build up tech-enabled small business owners who can confidently leverage their business software to generate more revenue, gain a competitive advantage, and enrich their professional relationships. All right, now before we talk about Zoho One, let me introduce you to Zoho Corp, Zoho Corporation. So Zoho Corporation is a 25-year-old technology company with over 12,000 employees that serve 90 million plus users globally in over 150 countries. The business software they build is for everybody from solopreneurs to enterprise companies with thousands of employees. As a matter of fact, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see from the screen that 90% of Fortune 500 companies use Zoho technology. And there are going to be some familiar names on here. Disney, Nike, Caterpillar, Marriott, Suzuki, Delta, Amazon, Whirlpool, L'Oreal, Yokohama, Renault. The list is endless. As previously mentioned, Zoho Corp is a technology company. And one of the products that they have is a business suite known as Zoho One. This is a bundle. It's an all-in-one suite comprised of over 40 applications to run your entire business. On this next screen, you'll see the departments of the business, like your sales department, marketing, support. That means if you have like a ticketing system, your communications, your collaboration, your productivity, finance and operations over there on the left. And then on the right, you're going to see the applications that are included in the Zoho One bundle for those departments. So now we're scrolling through marketing, and I promise this is not a technical video. On a later podcast, we'll go through each of these applications. But for right now, you can see like your support department, all the applications that are included for that. In a later video, we're going to go into what these applications actually do. Communications, collaboration. They have a productivity suite. Really quick, productivity. Let's say everybody's familiar with like Google Docs or Excel spreadsheets or PowerPoint. So they have those applications in here, not those applications, but their versions of a spreadsheet, of a document, a word processor, of a PowerPoint, document storage. They have a whole finance suite in here. They have an operations suite, human resources. This is really big. This is one of their popular suites is Zoho People or Zoho Recruit. So as you can see, pretty much everything you would need for your business is included in this Zoho One bundle of applications. Now, to go a little further into Zoho One, more so of the vision and the logic and the thinking that went into the more than 10 years of the development of Zoho One. For this, I'm going to reference a blog that was written by Vijay Sundaram. I apologize for my enunciation of the name. Back in 2017 when Zoho One was launched. And of course, I'll be sure to have a link to this blog down in the description for you. Now remember, think of Zoho One as a bundle of existing Zoho applications delivered in one central place. Zoho One is a broad and cohesive set of applications that work collectively to run an entire business on the cloud. It includes more than 40 web applications and an equal number of mobile apps under a single sign-on with centralized administration and provisioning, making it a true operating system for any business. So this means Zoho One features like a single sign-on, right, for each employee. More on that in a second. As you can see here, Zoho One's applications range from accounting to inventory management, from CRM to help desk, from recruiting to HR management, and more. And the price includes access to the full featured enterprise version of each software application. I'm going to get to more on that also in a minute, because I think that's just like a big feather in the hat. That's a cool kid say. Now, with Zoho One, you have all the applications a company needs to acquire and service customers, like your marketing applications, your sales applications, your support apps. It has all the applications a company needs to run its operations. So we're talking your finance suite, your recruiting and HR apps. And it provides all the tools for a company's employees to work collaboratively and productively to get their work done. So we're talking about an office suite, so kind of like your word processor, as I mentioned, your Excel spreadsheet, your equivalent. They have Zoho Click, which if you're familiar with Slack, so where you have your communications channel. They have an equivalent to Zoom, which is Zoho Meetings. So for your virtual meetings, that's included. From solopreneurs to mid-size and enterprise companies, almost any company has these same needs. And those needs are met and exceeded with the Zoho One bundle. One of the features and benefits of the Zoho One bundle that I like to focus on for today is the integration and the power of tightly integrated Zoho applications. And this is important to my gang that are local small business owners. Did you know that businesses waste lots of time, money, and energy finding coherence with disjointed technology? And let's not forget the endless saga of transferring data from one app to another. Zoho's integrated online applications help you manage and automate business processes across your organization. Choose apps that address your pain points, then deploy them to your employees. Let me jump to VJ's blog really quick in his comments on integration. We've looked past the applications to find unique ways to create even more value. This led us to implement more than 400 integrations across all these applications so we could put relevant business information in all the right places. We connected marketing, sales, and customer care processes so you know everything about your customer. We've allowed information to flow back into your back office, from the front office to the back office. So orders or tasks or communications, invoices get tracked, payments are collected, inventory gets updated, and accounts stay balanced. And this isn't exclusive to the finance component of your business. This gives you context and insight into your customers, regardless of which one of the applications you're in, because that data, that customer information, it flows seamlessly between the applications. Let me give you an example. On one of the podcasts, on one of the previous podcasts, I shared a story as far as, I think it's the Zoho One, Where Do I Start? And I just shared my experience with how I started. I'm not saying it's the end all be all, but I did not start with Zoho CRM, which is kind of like the mothership, the hub where you house your information. Everybody knows that CRM is. I actually started with their accounting application, which was Zoho Books. And because these apps were so tightly integrated, as I was entering customer information into the accounting software, that data, that customer data was automatically or auto-magically being uploaded and or updated in the CRM. However, I started in the finance suite because that's where, at our company, at our business, that's where the pain point was. That's where the bottleneck was. So I needed to fix that first because we realized immediate benefits from doing that, from starting there. Okay, back to VJ's blog. We've also integrated our, not me, Chris, Aegis Martech. I'm speaking as VJ from his blog. Let me just say Zoho. Okay, so Zoho also integrated with their applications hundreds of leading third-party software companies to preserve your choice and flexibility rather than locking you in with the Zoho apps. Now, that's poor play from the past, and I totally agree. There's unfortunately, and this is me talking now, unfortunately, there are still technology companies out there that try to kind of lock you in and tie you in. Hey, just use our stuff, our software, and only our software. We won't play friendly with anybody else. No bueno, man. No bueno. That's not good. So let's say, for instance, if you're in a company and you and your folks love Microsoft Teams, using Microsoft Teams or some of the Google Workspace stuff, Zoho is all open. They will integrate easily, seamlessly with those other platforms. They're open to integrate and to cooperate and to play friendly with any other platform or software that's out there. Can't say that for all the other players, but they certainly approach technology that way. One of the next features I want to highlight, and again, I'm not going to go over all the features of Zoho One, but this is just one of the other ones that I want to highlight that I think, again, my gang, my folks, or local small business owners can kind of appreciate. Any company can. It's talking about the administration of technology. So just plainly speaking, if you have a bunch of applications, you got to log in a bunch of different ways. You've got a bunch of different subscription terms. One is monthly, one is yearly, one may be hourly, whatever. You have to set up your employees or set up your users for this way with this app. And then if you have to set them up in another app, you got to go in there and set up your users for that application and determine what they can see, what they can do, what type of access, what type of security protocols. All those things have to be set up individually. Okay, that's kind of falls under, that's what your admins do, the administration of your technology. Now, let's talk about the feature or the benefit of the Zoho One bundle when it comes to administering the technology. So Zoho One is available under a single simple contract with one service agreement that covers the entire suite. Let's talk about what happens when you buy software. Typically, whenever you get a piece of technology or software, it must be set up, administered, and provisioned. And every vendor or software provider does this their way. So this means that you, the customer, you have to set up multiple credentials, accounts, and settings for each employee. And that's a load of painful chores and hurtful headaches. What Zoho One does is, Zoho One presents one single administrative console for all account management and administration. Policies can be flexibly set at the service level, the organization level, department levels, or even at the individual level. The last feature I like to focus on for today, and again, I'm not going over all of them. I'm just hand-picking, hand-selecting just a handful, not even a handful. I think I only have like 3 or 4. But this is one of the more incredible ones, is what's called like pinch yourself pricing. We went over all the applications that you get to run your business. We went over just how they work together seamlessly because of how they're integrated and how you save the time and the headache of not having multiple vendors to deal with. So what does all this magic cost? These 40 applications. Zoho One is available at $37 a month, or just over $1 a day per employee. As you can see on here, if you're watching this on YouTube, at their pricing page. At this price, Zoho makes sophisticated business software available for everyone. And that's like all employee pricing. And folks, believe me, there are no catches, no ifs, no buts, no nickels, no dimes, no forced multi-year contract. You get the enterprise or high-end edition of every one of those 40 applications. This is important, and it's worth repeating. So you get the enterprise or high-end edition of every application. Thus, like, all the capabilities that you will likely ever need are included. There are no hidden prices, no willy clauses, or sneaky upgrades. You get everything you need to run your business at one price. Over 40 applications at $37 a month for all employee pricing. You get world-class software by a 25-year-old established company with 90 million users in over 150 countries and 12,000 employees to serve you. Can't beat it. Okay, folks, I think I'm going to wrap this episode up there. As promised, down in the chat, I'm going to put a link to the blog. I'm also going to put a link if you'd like to get a free trial of Zoho One. That will be down there. I'm going to put a link to Zoho Concierges. And if you're on the YouTube channel, go to the Spotlight playlist. There's a little short 5-minute video talking to you about Zoho Concierges. And what Zoho Concierges is, it's a service. It's a free service. If you have questions, like, hey, can this help me? This is the type of industry. My business is different. We're currently using this software, this tech. What's Zoho approach, or is there an application in the Zoho One bundle that can do this for me? And the Zoho Concierge is a free service provided by Zoho. Let me see if I can get something up on the screen here for you YouTube folks. Yeah, Zoho Concierge, it's a free service. You give them a call, they'll schedule an appointment with you. You can ask them questions. They'll let you know, how the Zoho apps can help fit your business. They'll assign a concierge to learn your setup, guide you on how Zoho products can meet your business needs through one-on-one sessions. And think of them as your own personal business consultant. One really big thing, as you can see right here, this is not a sales call. It is not a sales call. They're not going to try to sell you. They're just going to try to help you. This is a Zoho service provided by Zoho Corp. If you want a demo of one of the applications or a demo of Zoho One, they'll schedule that for you too as well. No problem at all. And it's 100% free. The best part about the service, it's 100% free. I'll put a link to this page on Zoho Concierge. There's some FAQs there. If you have any questions, if some of these look familiar, you'll find the answers there. Let me wrap up this episode here. Thanks for the listen. And I'll see you on the next one. Until then, take care.